So today I want to take time out to talk about mental illness, Christian faith and mental illness, because there's a lot of questions surrounding that. I know that I was in a mental health group at the church and for a while was a leader. And so many times people would say, well, if I just had enough faith. And it's like, no, it doesn't work like that. Your faith in God, your peace with God is completely different than the symptoms of mental illness. It's like this. Your physical body and your finances are two completely different things. Now, if you don't have the money to go to the doctor, buy medicine, eat healthy, well, yes, your finances affect your physical body, but they are still two completely different things. And it's the same with your faith in God and with your symptoms of mental illness. So years ago, when I was going through one of my worst times mentally, but I had not yet been diagnosed, I had gone through a breakup and I was so depressed. I mean, so depressed. I would cry almost 24 hours a day. I would literally wake up in the night with tears rolling down my cheeks, and the tears, the wetness is what would wake me up. I was literally crying in my sleep. I was so depressed. I was anxious. I was nervous. I had adrenaline running through my body all of the time. It felt like I was in the fight or flight response. I had obsessive thinking, and then also my thoughts were jumping from thought to thought to thought. I mean, it was a horrible, miserable, miserable time. And I remember I would lay in the bed and I would cry out to God and beg and plead through tears. Please, God, I will do anything. Please, it's not even about the heartbreak anymore. How do I find peace with you? What do I do? Please, God, give me that peace that surpasses all understanding. Well, the problem is, I was looking in the wrong place. Praying to God for his comfort and his peace, praying for wisdom, praying for guidance, those are all great. And hopefully he will take those prayers and he will use them to help you understand or to send you to the right place or to bring the right people in your life. But what I needed was a psychiatrist who could prescribe medication. What I needed was a therapist who could help me to understand my mental illness and help me to learn coping skills so that I could cope with all of the feelings that I was feeling. What I needed was mental health help. And it's just different than your peace with God. I needed peace from symptoms of mental illness. So if you're a Christian and you're feeling guilty because you've been diagnosed with severe depression, crippling anxiety, obsessive compulsive disorder, bipolar disorder, borderline personality disorder, schizophrenia, whatever it might be, don't sit there and feel guilty and think that you're doing something wrong. You're not doing anything wrong. You're not doing anything wrong, just like the person who goes out and buys glasses because they can't see without them. Just like the person that goes to the doctor and has a pacemaker put in because their heart's not beating right. Just like the person who is taking insulin shots because their pancreas is not producing the insulin they need. Those people are not in sin, and neither are you. You may need to get help from a doctor. You may need prescription medication. You may need therapy, but it's not your fault and you're not doing something wrong. If you're like me, my brain is broken. The chemicals in my brain are not balanced unless I take medication. And even then, I still struggle and I still have to go to therapy and try to cope with what I'm going through. So please don't feel guilty thinking I should have enough faith and not be depressed. If I had enough faith in God, I wouldn't feel anxious and I wouldn't feel this scared. If I had enough faith, I would be okay. Well, if you have a healthy brain and you're not a Christian, or you have a healthy brain and you've just decided to handle this life alone without God, well, then maybe that is a Christian thing and that's something to be concerned of. If you actually have a mental illness, it is a physiological problem in the brain and it has nothing to do with your faith in God. My faith is that God exists. My faith is that Jesus Christ is his son and my savior. My faith is that the Bible is his word and that it's the truth. My faith and my peace are in knowing that. And that has nothing to do with the symptoms of my mental illness. If this helped you at all, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And thank you for watching. Bye.